business bestie. Welcome back to the Fertility Coaching Mastery Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Kela Smith, a holistic doctor who specializes in fertility and hormones, fertility coach, business strategist, and founder of the Hormone Puzzle Society and the Hormone Puzzle Society's Educational Institutes. And today we're talking about something that I know stops a lot of aspiring fertility coaches in their tracks, and that is creating your first fertility coaching offer. If you've ever found yourself thinking, what should I even charge? What should I include? Should I do one-on-one? Should I do group coaching, a course, a membership? How do I know if people even buy after I do all this work? If you've ever thought any of those things, this episode is for you. Because after helping hundreds of practitioners and coaches build fertility coaching businesses, I've noticed something interesting. Most people don't struggle because they have lack of knowledge. They can Google knowledge. They struggle because they overcomplicate the process. They think they need a massive website, a complicated funnel, a 12-module course, 50 worksheets, a perfect business plan, and before you know it, they can't start helping people because they can't start. But the truth is, most people overcomplicate things. They only need to solve a problem. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Start with the problem, not with the program. One of the biggest mistakes I see new coaches make is starting with the question, what should I sell? Instead, I want you to ask, what problem do I help people solve? Because clients don't buy coaching. They buy solutions, outcomes, hope, support, and transformation. Nobody wakes up and says, I want a 12-week coaching program. I think I'll buy that today. What they actually say is, I want to get pregnant. I want answers. I want balanced hormones. I want no symptoms. I want an easy cycle. I want to prepare for IVF. I want somebody to guide me. The clearer you are about the problem that you solve, the easier it will be to create your offer. It'll become easier. And pick one person. I know you've heard this, the avatar talk, but spend a ton of time formulating your specific person. Who are you speaking to? Who is your ideal client? Your favorite client you want to work with? Who lights you up? What problem do you help them solve? What is her name? Where does she live? Think not just her physical characteristics, but who is she at her core? I recently had my students do an avatar worksheet that was over 100 questions so that they could really nail their avatar, not just who she was, but her psychographics. Who is she at her core? What makes her tick? What language does she use? What language has her brain saying this person is talking to me? That's what you want to use. The second mistake I see people make is trying to talk to everyone. And I know this is tempting because as fertility coaches, we help a lot with a lot of different problems. But the thing is, if you talk to everybody, you talk to no one. Think about who you're called to serve and serve that person or those people. Maybe it's PCOS, maybe it's over 40, maybe it's couples preparing for IVF. Maybe it's those who have experienced a loss. Maybe it's unexplained infertility. Maybe it's emotional support. Your first offer becomes that much more easy when you focus on one person, you focus on one problem, and you know what language to use. Now let's talk about structure. This is also where I see people getting tripped up. Creating something, you don't need to have it incredibly hard. You really should have it simple. The first 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, that's it. Think about the time frame. Think about what's inside the offer. Is it a module course? Is it weekly one-on-one coaching? Is it bi-weekly coaching? Does it come with email support? What resources do you need to create? What handouts? How will they have accountability? You do not need 50 handouts. You do not need 20 video modules. You do not need a membership site. You simply need a clear process that helps people move from where they are to where they want to go. And remember, people aren't buying complexity. They're buying results. So focus on the transformation. And this is one thing that I teach inside my certification program. People pay for transformation, not information. Information is everywhere. You can Google it. You can chat GPT it. You can listen to a podcast or a YouTube or read a book. But transformation, now that is different. Transformation requires support and guidance and accountability. And it requires someone that knows what they're doing to help people bridge the gap between knowing and doing. And that's where the real value comes in. So what should you charge? Let's talk about this question. Everybody asks this question, what should I charge? One of the biggest mistakes that I see new coaches making is that they're undercharging. And I understand why you might do this. Maybe you're nervous, you're new, you don't want to scare people away, you just need a client. But this is what I've learned. People don't value cheap. They value commitment and outcomes, expertise, support. And I generally recommend creating a package rather than charging by the hour because fertility doesn't happen in one session. Clients need ongoing support, accountability. They need check-ins and action steps. And a package allows you to work with somebody over a period of time so that you can help them get that transformation. And here's something I wish somebody had told me when I first started. Your first offer is not your forever offer. The first clients will teach you everything. They'll tell you what questions they have. They'll tell you what support they need, what challenges they face, what resources would be helpful, what works, what doesn't work. Every client gives you data, and every client helps you improve. And so stop trying to build the perfect offer before you ever have one sale. Build a simple offer and then improve it over time. And think about a powerful signature framework. Eventually, you do want to create this. And a framework gives people confidence. It helps them understand your process and it helps them feel like you have a plan for them. For an example, I created the Hormone Puzzle Method framework because this framework helps clients and patients understand how I work with them and how I can help them. And it differentiates me from other people doing similar work. And you'll notice patterns from your signature program. It actually becomes your methodology and it's how you help people. And it's probably one of the most important parts of today's episode. So really think about that. What is your methodology going to be? And another thing I want to mention is many coaches don't feel ready. They don't feel like they know enough. Every successful coach that I've ever talked to says that they never felt ready until they just started doing it. Confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes from action. You have to do it. You gain confidence by doing it, by coaching, by helping people, by doing the work, not by waiting and saying, I'll do it next year. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know enough. The simplest offer that you can create that and then put it out there and start working with people. Choose one person, one problem, one process, and one package. That's it. For an example, I help women with unexplained infertility optimize their fertility naturally through a 12-week coaching program. It's simple, it's clear, it's easy to understand, and it's easy to sell. You don't have to go through all the bells and whistles. You just have to say what the transformation is. The goal isn't perfection. And one thing that I have learned through building multiple businesses is that you have to let go of perfection. Growth happens from starting, failing, and then refining and starting again. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't need to look like somebody else's business. And that's another thing. Try not to compare yourself to others. Only focus on what you're doing, the people that you're serving, the problems that you're helping, and the transformation that you're creating. That becomes so much easier when you think about it like that. So if you've ever thought about becoming a certified fertility coach, or if you have an existing practice and you want to add fertility coaching to that practice, there has never been a better time than to do that today. There's so much need for certified fertility coaches, whether that's you or somebody on your team. People are looking for guidance. They're looking for somebody who understands what they're going through. And I promise you already have people coming into your practice looking for certified fertility coaches. So if you've ever thought about becoming a fertility coach or adding fertility coaching into your practice, but you're not sure where to start, then I want you to download my free fertility coach roadmap at fertilitycoachingmastery.com. And inside this roadmap, I walk you through the exact steps you need to take to build or add fertility coaching to your practice and help women and couples on their fertility journey. And if you would like personalized guidance, I encourage you to book a complimentary connection call with me where we'll talk about your goals, your background, and whether fertility coaching could be your right next step for you or somebody on your team. And if you eventually decide that you do want to become a certified fertility coach or have somebody on your team so that you can have this person in your office, then I encourage you to check out our fertility coach certification program. And you can find that at fertilitycoachingmastery.com/certification-course. Well, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you back here on the next Fertility Coaching Mastery podcast. Bye for now.